Bonine52 here with you, folks. I'm going to show my age, but I want to talk about the good old days. Stay tuned. Woohoo! Hope everything is going good with you and yours. Out on the bike today, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about the good old days. And you know, I found when I was younger that people that told stories about here's what it used to do or here's how it used to be for me, I always thought those people were old. So let me start off with that. That's pretty cool, Barn, isn't it? Let me start off with that. Let's just get that out. I tell stories now because I'm older. I've just decided that's what it is. Well, people just got to deal with that. I'm actually careful at work that I don't tell too many stories because I realize that. So, what made me kind of think about this is we were out with some good friends, HDR and his wife, a few weeks back, and you saw a video on that. It was on the Kinzua Dam, and I'll link that video. Actually, I'll put it on a card at the end of this video so you can click on it and see that video. But one of the things we were doing when we were at the dam is we walked up and we saw an old payphone. And it was kind of funny because we were joking about it, wondering, does anybody that's under 30 know what that is? There's actually a couple funny clips of Mrs. HDR trying to get it to work. We were just kind of joking about it, and it kind of made me think. We had Mrs. Bodine and I were talking on the way home. Is that we went to Mexico a couple times. We used to stay in a place outside of Cancun that a buddy owned a condo there, and we stayed at his place sometimes. And in town, that's what they had. They had payphones, and they were like really old, right? And on this payphone, at least at the Kinzua Dam, it was like 50 cents. So got us kind of thinking about things we miss, right? Like the good old days. And, there's a ton of things. I really like to hear from you folks, but let me try a couple of mine. So, as much as I love the air conditioning, and trust me, for 30 years of my career, I was in the air conditioning business, right? I love air conditioning, but when I was a kid, we used to look. What a surprise! There's actually even roundabouts in Michigan. Boy, I don't remember this one either, but they're cool. We used to have a box fan at the top of the stairs of our house, and we always had the windows open, right? When I was a kid. And I remember going, "Oh, the fan feels so good, right?" And now it's like, "Oh man, if we don't have air conditioning, it's down to 70 degrees. We're freezing. This is awful, right?" So little stuff like that. Cell phones. Cell phones has changed. I think that, back in the day. I know I had a flip phone at one time. I think I had a BlackBerry. I don't know if you all remember that. And I actually even think I had a phone that came in a bag that you took into your car and you plugged it in for a cell phone or for a phone. And it's like, wow, have we changed now? And now we're a technology world. And I don't know that we'll ever go back to the good old days because people aren't willing to do that. But it's interesting as you get older, there's so many things that you start seeing going, man, it's kind of cool, all this technology, and keeps us connected, but man, is being connected all the time and everything new always the best? I don't know. Bike for sale, bike alert. Or not. So I'd be interested to see what you folks have to say about that. What are something that you miss from the good old days? I know another thing I miss is people saying, "Yes, ma'am," "Yes, sir," "Thank you," "Please." Those minor things that show respect. I had a guy at work walked into my office Thursday, and we were just taking some time to chat and get to know each other, and you know, he wrote me an email about, you know, if I was available, and I said, hey, of course I am, and his email started with sir. Now, I am the leader of the office, right? But, you know, it's not sir. And it's funny, he came in and said, sir, I appreciate you taking time. Now, this guy is my age, maybe a few years older than I am, right? I'm like, hey, just call me Bodine 52. No, I actually said, no, just call me Bob, right? And, but it was one of those things, we actually talked about that, which was, you know, I kind of joked, I said, you know, sir was my dad, and he says, you know what, no, it's a sign of respect. And I said, hey, I am with you, I am the same way, except, if you happen to call, sometimes I've called ladies ma'am, and I guess that sometimes doesn't go over real well, because some people think that means they're old, which is not the intent, but, you know, it's just that old, respectful, good old days stuff. I don't know. I miss some of that a lot sometimes, because I think things were easier then. Let me know, folks, what you thought. I know this is a short little video, but it was something on my mind, and I'm sure I'll think of 10 other things over the next day or so that I wish I included on this, but I know there's a lot of those times that I just miss the good old days, and being back home in Michigan is bringing some of those around. Let me know what you have that you kind of miss. That's it for Bodine 52 today. Have a great, great day and rest of your week. Make a difference out there and be safe on and off the motorcycle. We'll talk to you soon, folks. Bye-bye.